Hey, what's up? Knolly Williams here, your success coach. You know, I'm the author of the national bestseller, Success with Listings. On today's call, it's a great coaching call. I mean, it's phenomenal. I get to hang out with Kevin Kauffman and Fred Weaver, my sponsors, into eXp. As we chop it up, we talk a little bit about eXp. We talk a little bit about my mentorship master's program, which is making millionaires, okay? And we just talk about real estate. We talk about how to get more listings, how to gain the trust of the seller, how to gain more confidence with what we're doing. We talk about how to be successful in this business, period. So join us for an exciting episode. It's coming right at you.
Hey everybody, welcome Kevin Kauffman and Fred Weaver. Kevin, I'm Fred. Hey, Knolly Williams.
What's up?
How the heck are you, my friend?
I'm doing great, man. How are y'all doing?
We're doing awesome, man. Thanks for letting us hang out with you today.
We're using the fancy system again today?
Yes, sir. We are.
I love it, man. You guys are high tech.
You know it, man. You know it. That's how we roll.
That's great. Well, hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We got a lot of people on here live already, and we got many more that are going to be watching this recording that reached out and said, hey, we can't make it at the last minute. Can you send us a link? So we're going to do that. Most of you guys know Knolly Williams, and so do we. We've been friends with Knolly since, man, probably about 2009, I would say. Right, Knolly?
Yeah, 2009. Yeah. Coming to my house, eating up all my food.
True, we did. We came to your house and ate all your food more than once, too.
It's not our fault. Josie's a good cook, man.
Yeah.
So, hey,
Yeah,
don't
no
blame us. So, yeah. So, hey, guys, thanks for joining us. I know some of you guys have already taken the jump and have joined Knolly's Mentorship Masters program, and you're already with us and live at eXp. So, welcome to eXp. If we haven't personally talked to you just yet, we're super excited that you've joined a family. Not only get Knolly, but as much as you want, you can have Kevin and I as well. And but Knolly's obviously better looking and much better dressed, as we all know.
Definitely funnier than you are, too.
Definitely. But we got also a lot of people that have – Knolly, you've been getting a lot of questions, right? Just asking about
Oh,
eXp,
my goodness.
asking about your mentorship masters. So I'll let you kind of take over for a minute or two here, and then you can tell us where we should drive.
Yeah, you know, I've been on my phone, man. This puppy's been burning it up, boy. Because what I do, you know, when I'm talking to people, and they don't believe it, like I'll text them or I'll email them directly, and
give me my token.
And then they're like,
That's in.
somebody's not muted. Oh, there we go.
We're good now.
Yeah. All right. And so they're like, no, man, I thought your assistant was going to call. And I'm like, no, this is very important business right here. I'm building my tribe, and I want to touch the people directly. So I was on a phone call with a guy yesterday, and I was going on my way to a listing appointment, and we talked for 30 minutes. And he was, man, people are excited, dude. Why wouldn't you be? And it's an exciting time. Now, a lot of people too are. I should use the word afraid, because when you're going to make a move, fear, you know, and doubt definitely play a part in that, you know. And the other thing that I'm seeing a little bit of is a little bit of ego. You know, the gentleman I was talking to yesterday, he said, man, I've been wanting to do this for a while, but my ego has been getting in the way. But now I see you did it, and I want to be down with what you're doing. So, you know, people are excited, man. I'm super excited. Y'all know, one thing you guys didn't tell me was how much fun it would be.
I thought you knew, just being able to talk to us every day. I thought it was going to be the most fun thing you could ever do, my man.
Absolutely. I'm finding that out.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Well, hey, Knolly, if I can, I'm gonna try to mute everybody here. We want to give people an opportunity to definitely talk here as well and ask us some questions. But just here at the beginning, if I can mute everybody, I will. I may have to do it individually. So anyhow, but yeah, so Knolly, I mean, I think I would jump in, and to your point there, I would say, you know, moving's not a lot of fun. Let's be honest.
No, it's not.
You know, and it can be scary as well. I mean, let's put ourselves, we're all real estate agents here, right?
Yeah.
Let's put ourselves in the shoes of people that we work with on a daily basis. Now, Knolly, I know you tell us that we should be seller and listing focused, and you're right. But occasionally some of us work with home buyers. And you know what shows up with home buyers a lot is like sort of a buyer's remorse. Like they start questioning themselves and asking, is this really the right move? Like they know that for a long time they've needed more space. They knew for a long time what neighborhood and school district they wanted to be in. They found that perfect house that had just about everything they wanted. But of course, nothing's perfect, right? So there's a few things that they would have liked to be different, but it's the best one they've seen. And then they get to that point where they're about ready to write an offer, or maybe they've already written the offer, and then they like kind of start getting a little cold feet. So it's totally normal emotion. That's what I would say, is that this is nothing out of the ordinary. Yeah, and some people want to just see what's going on. You know, they're like, hey, I want you to hang out there for a little while and let me see what you're doing. Yep. And man, it's blazing up. It's hot. It's real hot over here, man. So
yeah, you know, too, you mentioned the word ego earlier, Knolly, and that's one of the things with eXp is it's such a great opportunity for all of us to be able to grow our businesses in more than one way. Yeah. And the reality is there's no capital risk. None of us had to risk a ton of money by moving over to eXp. But what we did have to risk was our ego, because eXp is still kind of like the new kid on the block, and people aren't quite sure how to take it. It's virtual. What does that mean? You know, there's a lot of the old school players that just, you know, they're naysayers. And so when we step out, even though we might see it as the opportunity that it really is and the great company that it really is, the truth is most of our friends and our coworkers in the industry don't. And so we have to risk our ego a little bit by saying, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and go over there, even if you don't understand, and I'm going to be the example. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, when it, to that point, people have been just asking questions like, hey, what's, and it's amazing the kind of questions that I'm getting. They're really intelligent questions. They're great. There's no such thing as there's no such thing as a stupid question, right? And every question has been on point. It's been great. I actually archived all those questions on the website at partnerwithnolly.com just so that people could really read. I like it in writing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, I like to hear what people are saying, but I like it in writing. It's like, no, you said this. And so I put it in writing. The most popular questions that I get, I've articulated them there. And I got to tell you guys, just this week, I've gotten 22 people that have come to the website, filled out the form that they want more information. And there's tons of information there already, but basically they want to speak to me about the opportunity. And sometimes that's all it takes. There was a guy yesterday, he just joined on with my Mentorship Masters group, and he didn't even talk to me. He sent me an email in the morning, and then I emailed him back right away. He emailed me back with a question. I texted you guys because I didn't know the answer. You answered me. I emailed him back, and he joined. You know, like 2-3 hours later. You know, never talked to him, never met him in my life. But you know, I've spent many years selling into people, no matter what franchise they're with. It didn't matter to me, eXp, Keller Williams, Remax, it doesn't matter. I'm training and teaching and coaching you to your greatness. But what eXp has allowed me to do is drop one thing that I was doing, and that's charging. So I just dropped my prices, dropped my prices to zero. So now it's like, you guys get to have me for free. It's like, how can I do that? Well, it's going to cost you something. It's going to cost you a little bit of ego, and it's going to cost you a move over to where I am. But look at the upside. You're going to get personal mentorship, and you're going to make a lot more money. That's I don't know another way to say it.
Bottom line.
That's a really cool thing when you say it that way too, Knolly. And I mean, first of all, I want people to know that might be watching this right now, or maybe you're watching the recording of this later. What Knolly's doing for you with his Mentorship Masters program is above and beyond what your average, I'll say eXp sponsor, if you will, might be doing out there. So, eXp is a fast growing company. This is a company that just 2 years ago was about 3,500 agents. Yep. Last year was about 6,000 agents at this time. And here we are this year, February of 2019, and it's over 16,000 agents, right? And so there's a lot of people just coming to eXp just for the heck of it. But then you get a guy like Knolly Williams who says, well, I'm going to go to eXp, and I know some people are going to want to come over with me. But one of the things about a virtual company is sometimes people don't feel real connected to the company, or that can be a potential problem. So I'm going to make sure anybody that joins under me at eXp has more support than they could have ever imagined. And then the best part is I don't even have to charge them for it anymore. They used to give me their money to get my support, but now because we're aligned and we're working together at eXp,
just come on over.
Just come on over, right? And I just want people to know, Knolly, that what you're doing is really it's really groundbreaking at eXp, and it's very big of you to do that, because I know you could just keep selling your content and making money and helping people that way. But I love that you're actually going like even deeper into that relationship with people, and you're basically saying like, come over, and if my stuff doesn't work, I'm not going to make any money with you, and you're not either. But if it does work, we're all going to make a lot of money together, and you're not going to have to pay me. Like, what a cool setup. So I really love that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead, man. Yeah, go ahead. Well, for years, man, I've been trying to figure out how to not charge. I mean, people know I don't like paying for stuff, you know. I do pay for, you know, everything that I own is paid for. You know, my home is paid for, my cars are paid for, everything's paid for. So I do spend money, right? But I don't like spending money. And I know agents don't either. We have better things to spend money on. And every time you turn around, I'm making money. So I've got, you know, I have no debt. I've got money coming in from all kinds of places. So I don't really, it's one of those things where my heart is, I'm an evangelist. So I've been called to teach. And so now I'm really become an evangelist for eXp. One of the things that I've found though, that scares some of the agents that I talk to is the whole, the virtual thing, or like you said before, just not feeling like they're plugged into a community. Like no one wants to be on an island by themselves.
Yeah.
And that's why I created Mentorship Masters. I was like, well, let's plug up that piece. You know, we have our secret Facebook group. We have meetings where people can fly in multiple times a year, spend a full day with me doing masterminding.
Wow.
We have the weekly group coaching call, which you guys lead out on. You guys are doing $100 million a year in production. So, I mean, let's face it, I'm not in the trenches like that anymore. So, but y'all are. You're doing 400 plus deals a year. So now my guys, my people, my tribe gets to plug into what you guys are teaching every single week. Plus, we have my Next Level Insiders Club. So, it's basically value on top of value. I created the Mentorship Masters Success Manual, and this is something that it's already printed. Like I said, I like it in writing. I like to promise you what I'm going to do, but then I like to put it in writing and explain it to you, because let's face it, I have a very different philosophy when it comes to teaching people how to succeed. It's not just training on how to succeed in real estate. Succeeding in real estate is cool, but I don't want you to be that guy or that gal that has failed health, but a great real estate business, okay? Or has a failed marriage, or your marriage is not going so good, or your spiritual life, but your business is going great, and most of and it's cool. A lot of the real estate training is all about, teaching people how to sell more houses. And that's great. That's a big piece of it. But I want to teach people how to get spiritually fit, physically fit, mentally fit, and emotionally fit. And I have a wealth of knowledge in different areas. So it's like help a person become more well-rounded, more successful in all areas of life.
Yeah, man, I love that. And, kind of back to what you were talking about earlier, it's easy to look at something and talk about the reasons it won't work. Like, I challenge people to look at eXp. Look for the reason that it will work, right? And what's really cool is, traditionally, when you picked a real estate broker and got to figure out where your training and support and education would come from, traditionally, like, it was probably somebody within a drive's distance of where you were willing to drive. And that's good if you live in a big metropolitan area, or you can go find somebody great. That's awesome. But a lot of us have connected to you, Knolly, and you don't live in our city as an example, but we get to the benefit of being able to partner with you and broker with you. Kevin says a lot of times that one of the things he loves about eXp is it's like I get to start a business with my friends. Like, I get to choose who I want to be in business with. And that's why I like to call it partner with Knolly. I look at it the same way, man. Like, we've had a relationship for years. And when I saw this opportunity, I went, man, how fun would it be to be able to literally partner with Knolly? Like, that's probably the language that went off in my head before you coined this program. Like, that was my thinking, is I went, how can I partner with Knolly? Like, how can we be more aligned and work together, right? And so I would say don't let the virtual eXp brokerage scare you. In addition to what Knolly's doing for you, the support you can come get from Kevin and I and some of the things we're doing, the state broker support at eXp is amazing. We have some of the best brokers in the entire world, regardless of what brokerage. And why? It's because of the virtual part. eXp realizes that you need the best broker support ever if you're going to operate in a virtual world, right? And then we have all these connectivity tools. So we've got eXp World, where we can go and get live training, 20, 30, 40 plus hours a week worth of live training. We can go get support 11 hours a day. So instead of waiting for our market center administrator or the broker, whomever,
the tech guy to come in on
to be
the second
available
Tuesday of each month.
Yeah, we can go in 11 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and get support to stuff, right? And then we've got these workplace tools, workplaces like Facebook, but it's just for us agents at eXp, where Knolly, like, we can share and communicate back and forth in different groups and message each other, and like we're all connected to each other, right? So it's easy to look at the virtual model and get a little scared of it. Is this going to work? But let me tell you guys, this virtual brokerage model has been around for 10 years, and it's really started taking off over the last 2 or 3. It's working. There's a lot of people having fun. And then you add all the stuff Knolly's doing on top of it, and man,
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Not only is the virtual or the cloud-based, to me, it's basically, it's just better. It's just far better. It's far superior than anything. So not only are we connected, because there was a fear even on my part, like, hey, how connected am I going to be? But just it just works for the way, for 2019, with where we are right now, this is the best model I've ever seen and been part of. It's amazing. I'm excited.
I was going to say, Knolly, how connected have you felt?
Super connected, like ultra connected, dude.
You're probably interacting more with eXp agents in your first month at eXp than you did in all of 2018 with your previous brokerage, Keller Williams, right? And nothing against Keller Williams. I'm just saying, like, you kind of took them for granted. You had to go there to interact with them, right?
Just pick up the phone and do what you're doing. Good.
Right. It's just amazing. It's far superior than anything I had at RE/MAX or Keller Williams. Now, I love Keller Williams. I love RE/MAX. You know, I love my brokers there. I'll still high five them, go out to dinner with them. I love them. You know, I mean, that's from the heart. The reality, though, is, man, what I found with where I am now through eXp is it's unbelievable. And this is something that a lot of people don't know, and I haven't said this to anybody, especially not live, but more people have joined me at eXp since I've been there 31 days, than in 10 years at Keller Williams. That's true. So I've attracted into my what we call first line, just same as Keller Williams, right? 7 levels. In my first tier, I've had more people join this month, in 1 month, than in 10 years at Keller Williams. And it's just because it's so easy to explain. I mean, like, I don't know how to explain profit share. I'm sorry, but I just don't. There's nothing to explain. It's like, if we make money, you'll get some. We probably won't make money. You know, some market centers make money, but most of them don't, especially when they're just getting started. And there's no way to tell how much they'll make. With revenue share, it's like, you got to look into it. I mean, when I looked into that piece, I was like, okay, this is something I can understand from my engineering mind. This is something I can wrap my head around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the revenue share works because it's tangible. You know how much it's going to be, right? It's a percentage of commission. And a lot of people will say, and I don't know if some of you this may not be a problem for you. Someone will say it feels kind of multi-level marketing or this or that. And, I kind of was there at once myself. It felt a little bit like that to me. But then I started thinking more about it, and I started looking at it through a different perspective. And I said, this isn't really any different than the buyer's agents that are on my team. I've got buyer's agents on our real estate sales team. And when they close a deal, they pay a percentage of their commission to the broker or back to the team, and I make some money. And then I've got some other people on our team who they're in charge. They're like our team leaders, if you will, on our team, right? So they're in charge of hiring some of our buyer's agents and things like that. And they get a little override. They get a couple percent on all the production of the people that they coach, train, and they brought into our team. And I go, well, if I'm okay with it in the team model, why would it be any different in the broker model? And I also had this story running through my head where I had heard people like Gary Keller, who's he's a mentor of mine. He's done so much for me, but I heard him for many years say revenue share doesn't work. And I love Gary. Gary's a really good storyteller, just so we're clear. He's a great storyteller, in fact. But when he says revenue share doesn't work, that's only half the sentence. Revenue share didn't work in our franchise model with physical locations is what his full statement should be. but he stopped short and just say revenue share doesn't work. Because revenue share works really well at eXp.
Absolutely.
The company's profitable. It's valued at $500 million. It's traded on the NASDAQ stock exchange. People who are agents own a piece of the stock. People that are not in real estate are trading the stock on the NASDAQ stock exchange every single day. I mean, it's a profitable, healthy model that absolutely has the ability to continue to grow and is growing. So anyway, I just say some of those things because sometimes people have different things it's hard for them to get over. Maybe it's the virtual piece. Maybe it's the revenue share. You were told it doesn't work or it seems fishy to you or something like that. Another way to think about revenue share is even if you don't intend to bring anybody else into the company and don't care to participate in it, you and I gave 35 reasons yesterday. We did a little video. If you want to go find Kevin Kauffman and Fred Weaver on Facebook, we did a video yesterday of 35 reasons that we love, things we love about eXp, and not even one of them was revenue share, Knolly. But another
I can believe that.
Even if you don't participate, you've got 7, 8 people above you that all want to help you succeed.
Vested in your success.
They're vested in your success. You can't say that about any other real estate company. So in addition to your state broker, you've got Knolly, and then you've got Kevin and myself, and you've got our sponsor, Curtis Johnson, and then you've got Jake Kinder and Michael Reese and other guys that joined eXp before you who all would love to help you because they're all vested in your success. So even if you don't want to take advantage of revenue share, know that revenue share is actually there to help you sell more real estate.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And also to that same point, it's just like we do referrals. I might refer a deal to someone in Cleveland, Ohio, right? And I expect a referral fee for that deal. Well, imagine if I referred them someone, just imagine if they would give me a referral fee on every deal, and it didn't come from their commission.
Yeah.
That's
the broker paid it, right?
The broker pays it. It doesn't affect you. It's a no-brainer. And then not only that, but anybody that you refer that came from that referral, or if they refer their friends and you sell their house, now I get a piece of that, and then they can go. I mean, it's just on steroids. It's the same thing we're doing already. It's just got a lot more depth to it. It's not just one level. It's multiple levels. Yeah. And multi-level marketing has gotten a bad rap. But let's face it, the bones, the structure of MLM is brilliant. I mean, it's a brilliant structure. There's been some crazy things done with it that are not so good. But when you look at the framework of how it works, it's all based on one person sharing with another person. And then when you've got something that is spectacular, you don't mind sharing it anyway. You're going to share it. Yeah. And the cool thing with my people, and same thing with you guys, they're like, because half of them are like, I only want to talk to people about this. And the other half are like, I just want to sell real estate. And I'm like, there's room for both. And most of them are in the middle. They're going to do both. But the thing is, if you run across somebody, you're part of my group, you just throw them over your shoulder, say, hey, talk to Knolly. I'll tell you a little bit about it, but then put me on them and let me share with them more about it and just answer the questions. The other cool thing I want to mention too, and then we'll see if there's any questions out there, is in this guide, which you can download it, at partnerwithnolly.com. I have a whole bunch of frequently asked questions in the back. I mean, tons and tons of the questions that I keep getting, so that you can kind of do a lot of research on your own with those FAQs right in front of you.
That's awesome, man.
That's fantastic.
Hey, before you jump into Q&A, can I drop something on you that literally somebody said this to me this week, and I'd never thought about this way. So we talked a little about revenue share. We talked a little bit about all the people incentivized to want to help you and things like that. We talked about the virtual component of eXp, talked about the training and the support and the broker support. But one of the other cool things about eXp is that the company's publicly traded. Okay, so that's not unique in real estate, just so we're clear. RE/MAX is a publicly traded company, and so is every one of the Realty brands. Century 21, Coldwell Banker, et cetera, et cetera. But one of the unique parts of eXp is that they actually award shares of stock to their agents for doing things that the agents are. So we're all on this call right now. We're all doing this stuff on a daily basis. We're all closing houses. Many of us are capping at the brokerage that we're at, right? And so they're actually awarding stock. But here's the cool thing, Knolly. Somebody said this to me this week. She hasn't yet joined eXp, but she made this connection, and I went, that is brilliant. She said, hold on a second. So you're telling me one of the other things that eXp provides with stock is that there's no franchise fee. I said, no franchise fee at eXp. Okay, so every franchise out there has a 6% franchise fee typically in the real estate space. I said, yep. He said, okay, so no franchise fee. But at eXp, it's optional, but I can take 5% of my commission every month, and I can buy stock in the company at a 20% discount. So if I just move over to eXp and I behave like I'm already behaving at all these other franchise companies I've worked at before, where I'm used to them taking 6% out, I now get a 1% raise, but I can take 5% out, and the company actually created a path by which I can save and invest in my retirement. And I went, oh my gosh, like I'd never seen it that way. I've been investing and buying stock. Like I've bought hundreds and hundreds of shares of stock already at eXp. But I never conceptually thought, you know what, the reason I'm not missing that money is because I was already used to Keller Williams taking 6%. I was already used to.
That's a good point. Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that either. That's a really good point.
Now they're just taking 5%, so I got a 1% bonus, and then I'm building this arsenal over here of money. So I've got like $10,000 plus worth of stock that I bought. Isn't that cool? And like, so she just
that's amazing. I like that analogy. That makes a lot of sense. That's beautiful.
She took a component in the company that I knew was there and I was taking advantage of, and she helped me see it in a different light. And I went, that's brilliant.
That's incredible. I love that. I'm gonna use that. I love it.
Yeah. So, all right, Knolly, should we take some questions? Guys, we got quite a few of you on here live. There's a chat box, so you're welcome to chat. We would also love it if you want to unmute yourself. That's great. We can do that. So, JR, Tyrone, Marcus, Dave, Yvette, Michael, Joseph, Eric. Let's see who else is here. Deanna, Brenda, another Eric. So if any of you guys would like to unmute yourself and ask a question, that'd be great. Or go ahead and just type in the chat box there. We'd love to take some questions and answers. Hey, Knolly, let me ask you a question while guys are thinking about what they want to ask.
Sure, you bet.
What's been maybe the thing that people have had the hardest time believing about eXp? Like, it's the thing that you already know is true because you've been experiencing it, but maybe like some of the people you've talked to, they're just like, no way, like that almost sounds too good to be true, or I'm having a hard time how that benefits me, or whatever it may be.
Yeah, man, I've been having so many conversations. In fact, today I texted 22 people that had gotten with me that I just got a little bit behind the last few days. And a lot of them are like, is this really Knolly? Like, yeah, it's really me. I sent a little cowboy hat on. But the thing is, I think the revenue share piece, and I know I don't want to over harp on this, because the thing is, we get out there, we sell our real estate. I was out doing listing appointments yesterday. I mean, I'm not in the trenches like I used to be, because I choose to focus on teaching, training, coaching, and giving back. That's what I love to do. And traveling. I'm not going to give that up. But the thing is, people, when I get to the revenue share and I start, because a lot of the other stuff they understand, okay, there's a $16,000 cap. I get that. It's an 80-20 split. I get that. There's no secret special deals. They didn't give Knolly Williams a secret deal. They didn't give Kevin and Fred a secret deal because you guys were the top 100 Keller Williams agents in the world, in that group. They didn't give any, you can be the top agent in the world and you'll still have the same deal. $16,000 cap and 80-20 split. Right? Yeah. So that's an above board company. That's a company you can trust. There's no back behind the scenes stuff. So they understand a lot of the stuff I'm explaining, but they're really like, here's what I'm finding. Number one, most people don't really understand eXp. They haven't bothered to check it out like I hadn't, or they've been mistold. Okay. The second thing is, they can't understand how the company is able to pay so much revenue share back. It's like, how is that even possible? Like, how could that even be doable? Like, how could they give all that revenue back to the agents? And so it takes it takes a little bit of explaining, but pretty soon they have that aha moment, and they understand. Okay, it makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. And the company is going to absolutely be fine. They'll never be in any financial hot water. Can you imagine all the hoops that the company already has to go through and the hurdles because they're an SEC regulated company? Mm-hmm. I mean, everything's above board, and it's the model is amazing. It's like it's genius. That's the only way I can say it. It's genius. Well, wouldn't you agree? I mean, it's genius.
Totally. And I agree with your point about like the equal playing field that we're all on, right? Like there's no special deals.
Yeah. I love the fact that it's no special deals. And because like it makes it so like just because Knolly's great, right? And Knolly is great, but he doesn't get a special deal for being here like you and I.
Yep.
I love the fact.
Wearing a hat.
I mean, you do have a nicer hat than I do, but honestly, though, it's what makes it competitive and keeps it honest. And you know that everyone's being honest now. Like at my experience, and it's not just KW, it's everywhere. There's special deals to be made at every single company. And so when people ask those questions like, yeah, but what about revenue share? Can it really work? And is it sustainable? And you realize when you look at the principles of the foundation of the company and the way the money actually flows through it and the true costs and expenses that you have with a virtual brokerage versus brick and mortar, you realize like, oh no, this is totally sustainable. Now I see why. So I love that about it.
Absolutely.
We got some chats coming in, so I just want to respond to a few of them. So we got two different Yvette's on the line, so I want to make sure I point that out. So Yvette Foster, check out partnerwithnolly.com. I just went and suggested you go there. So she was surprised, Knolly. She didn't even know you'd moved over to eXp. She didn't know what the training was. She just jumped on. So now we got our wheels spinning. So so thanks so much for joining us.
Wow.
So yeah, check out partnerwithnolly.com to watch some videos about eXp and learn more. And Knolly's got a great written frequently asked questions section there. So I want to make sure you know about that. And I'm sure the real life Knolly, even though he's retired, man, we brought him kind of back out of retirement.
Brought him out of retirement.
Financially, he doesn't have to be out of retirement until we're clear, but he's having so much fun that it really is him calling and texting and putting all these emails together to you guys right now because he's just enjoying it so much. So I'm sure he'd be happy to schedule a call with you too.
The only people he's texting more is you and me, and it's great. I love it. Like I love it.
Yeah.
So there's a couple questions. Should we hop in on?
Yeah. Let's hop in. So one of the questions was, do you feel that sellers, Knolly, prefer to work with, say, a Keller Williams agent as opposed to an agent with a less known company?
Yeah.
How would you respond to that one?
Yeah, sellers absolutely do not care. They do not care. I've had several listings. I'm in the process of bringing listings over, and I just tell my seller because that's where it gets a little awkward because you listed it with Keller Williams and then you switched in the middle of the listing, right? So you're bringing it over. So it's really only awkward to us. But I talked to the owner. I said, hey, by the way, I've just joined a new brokerage. He says, well, who'd you join? You're not with Keller Williams? and by the way, a lot of them don't even remember who I'm with because some of them are like, you still with RE/MAX? I'm like, no, I was with RE/MAX 12 years ago or something, but they don't remember. And so this guy was like, oh, you're not with Keller Williams anymore? He said, who are you with? I said, I'm with eXp. He said, I never heard of them. I said, well, at eXp, I'm an owner of the company. Oh, you are? I said, yeah, I'm an owner of the company. This is what they do. They do this and that. And he could hear my excitement. He was like, man, that's cool. I said, so what I need to do now is send you over some new paper. He was like, great. And then we just start talking about something else.
Yeah.
The cool thing about sellers and any client, whether it be a buyer or seller, you lead the client doesn't lead you, right? So just like we've seen, you go out and you guys are out showing property. Those of you on this call with us, you know that every other house you go to is just a boutique brokerage or an independent brokerage. They're getting listings, and it's not the broker. This is one thing that Gary Keller taught us really well. He did a white paper on it. And this is back when nobody really knew who Keller Williams was. They had like 15,000 agents when he came up with this white paper. And the white paper was basically all about the research behind why people do not care what brokerage you're with. They just don't. And so no, it's not. It's a complete non-issue as far as what brokerage you're with.
Well, thanks for sharing that, Knolly. I would also add that you teach all of us to become sort of a celebrity agent. And when you're the celebrity, people don't care who your contract signed with. They don't care if you appear in a Disney movie or versus Paramount Pictures or out of them. And a terrible example, but you get their deals that they're all about you, right? And Deanna, our friend Deanna, piped in as well and said, kind of same thing you did, Knolly, which is KW used to be the lesser known company not so long ago. So it really is just a mindset. They work with you.
Right.
Yvette, I'll come back to
when we all moved to Keller Williams in 2009, not very many people knew about Keller Williams. I think it was like maybe 30,000 agents back then.
Yep.
And in 2003 there was like 14,000. So I was afraid to leave RE/MAX to go to Keller Williams because Keller Williams was like at that time like eXp. People really didn't know who they were.
Yeah.
But there was zero I mean, have you guys changed? You guys did how many listings last year? Over 400 transactions?
Yep.
Are your deals going down now that you're with eXp?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I don't even know that many of our clients realize we've switched. We didn't make a big deal out of it, because I don't know that I can make a big deal about Keller Williams being the reason they were going to get great service or great results, nor could I make the same assumption about eXp. It's really about because they're working with us and following our system, our process.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's the relationship with the agent. It's not about the brokerage. And agents have a harder time understanding this than the actual public does.
Yeah. Hey, Knolly, Dave Overhaul, I'm saying that right.
Woo! What's up, Dave? Woo!
He loves, man, you're offering all your expertise. And man, his question is really, how is the support you're providing? How's it gonna be delivered? Meaning, like, virtual training rooms. How's that over the phone? What's the deliverability of some of the things you're doing? So maybe you could go back through, and I think it's a little bit of everything. In person, there's some phone, there's some videos, there's some chat groups. But I want to let you speak to that for a second. He's excited, man.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave. So, and this is the book. Like I said, I recommend you guys go to partnerwithnolly.com, and you'll kind of see what the program is. But so we have the Next Level Insiders Club. That's virtual. So I do a lot of training videos, and I'm on there with those. Then we have our secret Facebook group. A lot of that stuff is live, but again, it's virtual. It's in the virtual world. Where it gets personal is two ways. Number one, I have live retreats that I'm doing at least 4 times a year, at least quarterly in Austin. There's probably going to be about 7 times a year that I do them. But I don't want to do them too often to where people are like, man, I'm missing out. You know what I'm saying? So I might scale it back to quarterly, but at least 4 times a year, you'll be able to fly into Austin, spend the full day. It's going to be on a Friday, and Austin's a cool town. So you hang out in Austin for the weekend with your family. You spend a full day with me, and we're doing nothing but masterminding. So that's belly to belly, toe to toe, face to face, cheek to cheek. That's where we really get to mingle together.
What's the cost to show up and see you in person?
Is that like 10 grand, or what's the cost for the?
Yeah, it's 10 grand if you're not part of the. You guys know what my rates are for a 4-hour face to face.
I know what your rate is for lunch. So
yeah, for lunch, a lot of people don't know my rates for lunch, $5,000. And so anyway, that's expensive lunch, by the way.
So I got to pay for the plane ticket and the hotel to come see you is what I'm getting. But you're not going to charge me to come visit you up to 4 times a year to hang out with you for a day.
And just hang out and let me dive into your business.
Is it safe to say that that's like above and beyond what you were ever given to anybody previously throughout all your years of training? Like, that just sounds like super inclusive.
Absolutely. Not just that, but here's the other thing. And Dave might be alluding to this. Here's my cell phone, guys. You will have my cell phone number. Dave, you already have it, right? So you have my cell phone number. And what I've found, people don't abuse it. I mean, they know I'm busy just like they are, but you can text me anytime you want. Yep. You can, we use Voxer. So Voxer is like a virtual walkie-talkie. So if you hit me up with a message on Voxer, I hit you back. And basically you have me. Now it's not one-on-one coaching, but here's what I did. I just hired a gal I've been working with her for over 10 years. She knows everything I know. She's got the same profile disc-wise as I do. So I just hired her 20 hours a week where she's available for my agents, my newer agents, to be able to call. And if they have a question like, hey, how do I do this? I mean, we all know we can call eXp, 10, 11 hours a day, most of the departments. But I hired her for the mentorship masters because they might have a question about a contract or a piece of paperwork, or, she ran compliance for a Keller Williams office that did over $1 billion last year. Wow. She just joined me at eXp. So she knows last year she personally overlooked 5,000 contracts last year. Wow. 5,000. Every single one of them went through her desk, and she had to bless it. So she's a compliance person, but I knew she would be really good. She picked up 20 hours a week with me. So you can have that available as well. So it's whatever you need to be successful. You just tell me, and if it's something you don't need, I'm gonna tell you, no, you don't need that. but whatever you need to succeed is what you're gonna get.
That's awesome. Hey, Knolly, I'm gonna read off a big list here.
Okay.
And let you kind of address it all at once. So Yvette Allen had some questions about how you sort of advise your agents, whether it's door knocking, cold calling, open houses. How do you feel about video? What do you think the best way is to go? Do you teach your agents about landing pages, virtual open house tours, texting prospects? She kind of just wants to see what's different about how you sort of advise or coach or offer support to your agents maybe than your average guru or other trainer that's out there. That's my language, not hers. But kind of what's your approach, you know, like how do you coach them?
Yeah.
Let me throw something in for you real quick, Knolly, okay? Because I think one of the things I want to make sure makes Knolly so much different.
Okay.
Because like a lot of the stuff that you mentioned, like, there's a lot of different people that train that, and Knolly certainly does too. But it's that whole life concept that Knolly talks about, where it's not just about the open house tours,
trains to your life.
Yes, he's talking about having a complete life and not being too far off the rocker one way or the other. So Knolly, I'm sorry, I'll let you dive into the weeds, but like that's just one of the things I appreciate about you so much as a speaker and trainer.
Yeah, see, the thing is, when you look at my bookshelf, I've read thousands of books. When I was in 5th grade, I was reading on a second-year college level. I was reading at that level, at the sophomore college level. And I can't take any credit for that. That's just in my DNA. It's just the way I'm wired. I've read thousands of books. And I can tell you this, 99% of them are not real estate related. If you look on my shelf right now, in fact, I've got my top 20 books that I list right here, the top 20 books that you should be reading. Only 2 of them are in the real estate field. The other 18 are not even real estate related at all. See, what a lot of people don't realize is in order to succeed, period, you have to understand things like The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. You have to understand things like Letting Go, okay, by Dr. David Hawkins, how to free up the emotional body. So what I teach that I've never seen anyone else teach, you can get it in bits and pieces if you kind of glue and paste it together with different teachers. And I teach people drink from many fountains. I don't have all the knowledge, okay? So we all drink from many fountains. But what I do, because a lot of agents don't really like to read and get in all those weeds, I do that for you. And I disseminate the information right back to you with my coaching. So basically what I teach is that we have 4 bodies, okay? We have a physical body, we have a mental body, we have an emotional body, and we have a spiritual body. We have to take care of all 4 of those bodies. Plus I teach the 8 pillars, which is mindset, activities, people, systems, tools, money, accountability, and training. If you've got those 8 core pillars in your business and you're taking care of the 4 bodies, not only are you going to have a rocking business, you're not even going to be thinking about, you know, door knocking and all that's cool. I've never knocked a door. I've never made a cold call. I did over 1,000 listings my first 10 years in the business, never made a cold call ever. I've never done it. I can't do it because it's not part of my DISC profile. I'm an ISC. ISCs don't door knock. Okay. Now, if you like door knocking, knock it up, knock it out, you know, and I have people that can teach you how to do that, but I've never done it. Right. And so there's a lot of stuff that I teach that I would, and this is when you come to my seminars, you kind of understand this when we spend a day together. I would just drive through a neighborhood and I would claim the neighborhood. So this is weird stuff, but a lot of people don't realize that what manifests in the spiritual realm before it hits the physical realm. Okay. Mm-hmm. And if you don't understand that, you're at a disadvantage. So when you look at real estate training, my first coach, I paid $1,000 a month. I was doing 40 deals a year. She convinced me to do 100 a year. And without her, I would have never been convinced to do it. I paid her $1,000 a month, but she never taught me anything except how to sell more houses. Okay. There's a lot more for you guys to learn than how to get rich selling real estate. I'm going to teach you how to take a 1 month vacation, here's the core things what I teach: how to make $250,000 or more a year, working 20 to 30 hours a week or less, taking 4 to 5 vacations a year, being debt free is another big one. Okay. So I'm going to teach you all that kind of stuff and multiple streams of income. Okay. I don't want to just see, when I look at your financial statement, I don't want to just see 100% of your income coming from real estate. You know, I own a software company, I own a training company, and I own a real estate company. I have 3 main sources of income, multiple businesses in there. I do funnels, I do affiliate marketing. I teach people all the stuff that I know. People are like, man, how is this guy able to we just got back from being gone for a month. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying you ought to be living life. Don't just work your knuckles down to the bone. Live life too. And that's what I teach. People that follow me, they follow me more for just learning how to cold call or door knock. They want to learn how in the world can you be gone for 30 days and make more money when you're gone. And you guys know this. As soon as you leave, business starts to happen, right? And you start, and things start to happen. A lot more can get done when you get yourself out of the mix of it. You know, those things where people, they got to have your ear, and they got, just don't call them back for 2 days. Problems just work themselves out, don't they? And so so I teach a lot of stuff that it would be hard for me to go into this call, into the depth of it. But those who have watched my YouTube videos know the depth of my training goes far, transcends beyond real estate, because you can eat. Look, I did, even when I retired in 2015, I've capped every year since then, and I worked 3 hours a week in real estate, making over 100 grand a year, working 3 hours a week.
Yep.
Okay? And you guys know this. And so it's in the real estate field. I work a little bit more in some of my other businesses, but I teach people as much as they want to learn. If you want to learn how to have multiple streams of income, I'm going to teach you that too. Sorry to elaborate so much on that, but I think that's a great question.
And Yvette Allen, I'd encourage you to reach out to Knolly, or he may reach back out to you after this. Yeah. You're kind of asking about what's ISC and DISC profiles. So an ISC is part of this profile. And a quick plug for eXp. Knolly, you may not even know this, but roughly 2, 3, 4 times a month, there's a class that goes on in eXp World all about profiles and the DISC workshop. So eXp is teaching about behavior. And the key to that for you, Yvette Allen, or anybody else listening, is that you got to know what you're good at and what you're wired for before you just run off and try to follow the recipe that somebody else found their success in. Yeah. That's really what Knolly's saying, or what I get from Knolly a lot, is like, he's not telling you shouldn't door knock. He's saying for him, door knocking wasn't a fit based on his behavior. So you need to understand yourself better to figure out what would be a fit for you, instead of trying to follow somebody else's path. So if landing pages are exciting for you and you're good at them and you have fun and they give you energy, you should do some landing pages. But if door knocking is fun for you and you get energy and excited doing that, you should do some of that. And when you do some of these certain things and you try out some of the ways to get real estate business, you find out real quickly what gives you energy and what not. And your 8 things that you mentioned, Knolly, one of those 8 I noticed was activities. At the end of the day, less important what activities you're doing in the real estate field, and more important that you're doing the right activity and you're doing it over and over and over again. That's how that tree's going to fall over. You don't take an axe and go knock around every tree in the forest and they all fall over. You go chop away at the tree for a while because you're really good at it and you're willing to focus on that one tree, and then it falls over after a while. So you got to really focus in. And that's how you can work a couple hours a day in real estate and cap and sell a lot of real estate. It's not because some magic secret. The magic is actually getting to know yourself and then just focusing your effort on something, which Knolly's great at. That's why you want to hang around it. So yes, you have access to help you, and that's one of your questions. You're based in Atlanta. If you join, who can help you with contracts and learning the latest technology? Knolly, myself, and Kevin, and all the support and training that's live at eXp. You would get all of that. Landing pages, we've got some, you want to talk about a guy that knows how to do landing pages, that's Knolly Williams, right? So the 4 bodies and 8 pillars, Knolly, is that in your book, or where would be a great place to start? They can. It's right here. It's in you get the Mentorship Master's Manual, and I teach you my core system of how I teach people, because it's a valid question. Like, what makes your training so different from? Because there's a lot of training out there, and I don't knock it, because man, if you see my bookshelf, this is just my private collection behind me, but I have a lot of books. And typically I'm reading, look at this right here. This is what I'm currently reading right now. This is how I read. I'm reading these books right here, okay? I read, and my wife will tell you this, I read 5 or 6 books at a time. Any one given time, I'm reading 5 or 6 books. This is a book called The Emotional Code. This is one called Start With Why, okay? Great book. That's Simon Sinek. Personal, Career, and Financial Security. This is absolutely a gem. It's Whatever Happened to Penny Candy. It's a great book on economics, written by an economics professor. If you really want to know about that crap, I love stuff like that. And The Healing Code. These are just the books I'm reading right now. Anyway, I don't want to get into it, but the point is, somebody asked about the 4 bodies. So you have a mental body, that's your mind, okay? You have an emotional body, okay, that stems out from the heart. You have a spiritual body,
Okay. That's the real body that you have. Remember, Wayne Dyer said that your soul is, your body is nothing more than a garage where you temporarily park your soul. That's what the soul, the body is. Okay. So you got the mental body, the physical body, the spiritual body, and then you have the emotional body. Okay. Sometimes I get those intertwined, but so you have, and a lot of people don't realize that you have, scientists have discovered that the Homo sapien has 3 brains that we know of. Okay. Men have 4, but you know, the Homo sapien has 3 brains, right? We have a brain, this brain that everybody points to. We also have a brain that stems from the heart. See, a lot of people don't realize that the heart has an 8-foot field that they have these spectrometers that can track this, but you have a field that comes out 8 feet from the heart. It radiates out, and there's certain cameras that pick this up. People call it an aura, and that's why when somebody's in your space, you kind of feel funny, right? You feel their energy. When somebody walks in a room, they get too close to you, you can feel that energy from them, whether it be good or bad. Okay, so the guy that did the pioneer the research on this, he wrote a book called The Heart Math Method. Okay, Heart Math is if you look it up, and it's a phenomenal book. So that's the emotional body. Then we actually have in the stomach, there's a brain. People don't realize this, but the stomach, up to 90% of your serotonin is created in the gut. Okay, so the stomach itself has intelligence, and the intelligence that they give it is about the same level of intelligence as a dog. I hate to say that, but dogs are pretty smart, and your stomach has about that level of intelligence. Okay, so you have 3 brains in your body. You have 4 bodies, and then there's the 8 pillars that I teach are mindset, activities, people, system. Okay, let me go through them real slow. Mindset. You know, you got to change the way you think if you want different results. Okay. Activities. You got to change what you're doing if you want to have the kind of results that you really want to have. Okay. Mindset, activity, people. You got to surround yourself with the right people. We all know that. You know, nobody succeeds alone. Systems. If you don't have the right system, you're not going away for a month or 30 days or 2 weeks, you know, or to tour around the country. You got to have right systems. Tools. You got to have the right tools in place. Very, very critical. And then it comes back to the money piece. The money piece or finances, however you want to look at it, has to be tight and right. I teach my people how to be debt free, how to get out of debt. When you don't have debt, guess what? See, when you have debt, here's what happens. When you have debt, your choices are dictated by lack. So the reason why you get up and go to work in the morning is because you need money. I don't need money, right? I get up, and I'm not saying that facetiously. God knows. I'm just telling you, I have no debt of any kind. I would never get thrown out of my house because I paid off the mortgage. Okay. My cars are paid off. Everything that I have is paid off. I pay my credit cards at the end of every month. I have no debt. So if you got your money piece right, then you can get up in the morning and say, what do I want to do today? What do I want to do? Okay. I might want to go to London, and y'all see me do that. Or I might want to just teach and train. See, it's basically having the freedom to choose what you want to do. It's freedom, because debt is a ball and chain. I just got to tell you. So, and then accountability is another piece. Accountability, all that means is the ability to give an account. That's all the word means. It's not a scary term, but without accountability, you will not be successful. I want to say it again. Without accountability, you have 0 chance of success. You have to be accountable to someone. Okay. So that's accountability. That's coaching. Okay. That's mentorship. That's what I provide for you. And then training. eXp has tons of training. You can get training on YouTube. You don't need me to train you. There's trainings everywhere. Okay. You got books and everything. What I'm going to do is disseminate it to you, and I'm going to spoon feed you. It's like having a personal chef that says, you know what, here's what we're going to eat today. And they already know what you like. So you don't have to go through the menu. They just say, hey, this is what we having today, Knolly. And you like, cool, bring it on, you know? And that's what I do. I read thousands of books, so you don't have to. I just disseminate it down, I give you the cliff notes, and I say, here's what you guys need to know to tear it up. You want to do 100 deals this year? You want to do 200, 300, 400? It's up to you. And so that kind of gets, hopefully that.
You're a little passionate about that, it sounds like, huh? I love it, man.
Yes, I am.
Well, hey, Knolly, I'm going to start winding us down just because this thing's going to end on us because we have another meeting starting on this same platform in a few minutes. But before we end, man, I just want to say thank you.
Now you know why my events are full day. Why it's a full day event.
He gets going a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I want to say thank you. Whether these folks that are joining us here today or watching this recording right now, whether you join eXp under Knolly or not, I know Knolly's making an impact and a difference in your life, and I'm appreciative to you, Knolly, for that difference.
Yeah.
And I know that if you're willing to get a little uncomfortable, if you're willing to do something you've never done before, join a company that may seem a little scary, I know that Knolly's going to make it worth your while. And, there's no risk-free, guarantee-free, there's no promise here for that. Everything in life involves a little risk. You're going to do something different. But I think you'll find that by jumping into something new and partnering with Knolly, so go to partnerwithnolly.com if you haven't been there yet. I think you'll find that your life's going to get better. I know mine has. And I'm incredibly excited about eXp. There's a ton of great information on Knolly's site, partnerwithnolly.com, about eXp. Obviously, the heart and what you're going to get from Knolly. But, man, this guy gives more than, just about more than anybody that I've ever been around before. And his heart is really to help you out. So I'm excited to partner with you, Knolly. I'm excited that these people on here are going to partner with you and us over at eXp. And I'm just looking forward to sort of this next iteration of all of our real estate careers. And I'm just grateful to eXp for creating the platform where we could have all this kind of fun. So, making real estate fun.
Yeah,
Thanks, Dave, for saying that, man. That's how we feel right now.
What's he saying? Real estate fun again. That's absolutely right. And here's the thing, guys. A lot of what I teach, I disseminate. I made it a real thin read because I know a lot of my students don't like reading. So but I talk about the 4 bodies, my 8 pillars, and I answer a lot of the questions that we couldn't get to today here in this success manual. And it's you just go and download. By the way, you don't even have to opt in to download it. So you don't have to put your email address or your nothing. You just click a download link and it goes right to you. I don't even capture your. Now, how dumb is that, right? I don't even have a lead capture form. But I'm like, look, I want you guys to be able to read it. If you want to partner with me, you know where to hit me up. Hit me up. My information's right there. But if you don't, you might read it and say, man, this is not for me. So I'm not going to, you see what I'm saying? So I make it super easy.
Yep.
Nice.
Well, and if you're wondering when the next call is or how you can get around Knolly more, the answer to that is you get plugged into eXp, and Knolly's going to plug you into his Mentorship Masters program. And your next call, every single week, you're going to have something going on with Knolly.
Every week.
That's the first step here is just get plugged in, go to partnerwithnolly.com and join eXp with Knolly Williams and Kevin and I, and we'll be happy to talk to you again real soon. So thank you, everybody, for your time. Thanks, Knolly.
Thank y'all. God bless you.
See you soon, buddy.
All right. See you soon. I'll text you in a minute.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Well, hi there. Knolly Williams here, your success coach, and I hope you enjoyed this coaching session. Now, I want to personally invite you to become the next member of my Mentorship Masters program. It's absolutely free. That's right. It's free to join, and I'm going to teach, train, and coach you to your ultimate greatness. To get more information on Mentorship Masters, go to partnerwithnolly.com. That's partnerwithnolly.com. You'll get all the information you need so that you can succeed in the real estate game. Now, also at partnerwithnolly.com, you can download your free copy of the Mentorship Masters Success Manual. That's right, I wrote a complete success manual that's going to help you succeed to your highest levels of success in real estate. I want to help you to succeed beyond your wildest imagination. So go to partnerwithnolly.com to see what it's all about. I'm building a nationwide network of thousands of real estate agents, and I want you to be part of it. And be sure while you're there to download your free copy of Mentorship Masters Success Manual. It's the complete handbook for my Mentorship Masters students so you can see what it's all about. Hey, God bless you. I wish you so much success. Go to partnerwithnolly.com right now. Get your free book and also check out the program. Let's get partnered up. God bless you, and I'll see you on the next one.